So in a previous video, I had explained how to give checkmate when you have a rook and a queen. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how to checkmate when you've got two rooks. It's the same process as what you do with a rook and a queen, except it takes a little bit more time with two rooks because a rook cannot do as much as a queen. Now the idea is we want to get this king all the way down here, like push him further back down here, and then it will be easy to give him checkmate. So right now we have to escort him step by step to the last rank. He is on the fifth rank currently. So first move should be to cover the fourth rank. We have to cover the fourth rank so that the king cannot come here. The king should not be able to come this way. So we can just put this rook down here. Fourth rank is covered. The king can't move down. Let's say he goes on the same line. He stays on the same line. Next thing we want to do is cover the fifth rank. But we don't want to use the rook on h4 because it's already doing something. It's covering the fourth rank right now. So we use the other rook, the a rook, and we move it to a5. Right? So now we have covered the fifth rank. Black, let's say he moves to b6. Next thing we want to do is we want to cover the sixth rank. But before that, we have to save our rook because he's going to capture a rook. Right? And we don't want to move it back because if you move back, then it can just come down. Our last move would have been useless because we covered the fifth rank and then we gave up that control. We don't want that. So we want to move the rook to a safe place and we still have to stay on the same fifth rank. Let's keep it here because if you keep here, then this rook cannot move across, right? So we move the rook all the way across to g5. So we are still covering the fifth rank. Next, we want to cover the sixth. Let's say black comes here. We cover the sixth rank. Now fifth is covered, sixth is covered. King has to go back. And then we cover the seventh with this rook because this rook is covering the sixth. The king is forced to go back. Now we want to get this rook down to the eighth rank. But then there's a king over there. So we cannot go there. We just have to move far away. And then in the next move, we cover the eighth rank. This is how you give the checkmate with two rooks. Just cover lines, push him towards the end, and it will be checkmate. The first move is very important because if you directly give a check, then you're not playing with the right idea because you are letting him move either up or down. So you'll repeat the same mistake again and it won't be easy to give checkmate. So it's very important to first play a rook h4 or rook a4 just to cover this line, the fourth rank. And then fifth, then sixth, seventh, and eighth. And that's checkmate. Now, it's not always required to just push him to the last rank. Sometimes the king is closer to the left side of the chessboard, so we can push him to the A file. Right now he's on the B file, so it will be easier to push him to this side, here, instead of pushing him all the way back. So like if you push him all the way back, it takes like 5 moves. You have to cover this line, then fifth, then sixth, seventh, and eighth. But if you want to push him this way to the left, we just have to cover these three lines, the C file, the B file, and the A file, right? So how do we do that? First move, we can either use the H rook or the A rook to cover the C file. Let's say we use the C rook. C file is covered, the king cannot cross towards this side, so let's say he stays on the same line. Now we want to cover the B file, but not with the C rook because C rook is covering the C file. So we use the other rook to cover the B file. So we have covered the C file, we have covered the B file. Now king is forced to go back to A7, to the A file. We just need to cover the A file now, but again not with this rook because that's covering the B file right now. We use the other one. But then if you put this rook here, king will take it, so we can't do that. Which means we just move far across, not here because then you cannot move to this side. We move to C2, and then once king makes a move, we come across to the A file, cover the A file, and it is checkmate. So this is how easy it is to give checkmate when you have two rooks. Just cover the lines and checkmate the king.